Hey, Motorman here. A couple of years ago, I did a video. I think I called it Warning, Don't Buy a DCT Goldwing. I got a lot of hate mail. I knew it that was going to happen, and I listed the reasons why. But I had a student come to my class just last week, and I'm going to let you listen to him, and I'm going to show you what he does with his DCT Wing. And was I wrong? If I was wrong, I'm the first to admit it, but watch the video and let's see. Go ahead. All right, we'll start with the first one. How long have you been riding?
I've had that bike
No, no,
three.
not that bike.
Well,
Just riding in
well,
general.
the previous bike I only put 250 miles on. That was just a starter bike. So I've had a bike for I'd say 5 months.
And what did you have?
I had a Honda Shadow 600 before this, and that was just a trainer bike. And then I bought the DCT about a little over 3 months ago, about 3.5 months ago.
So you did initially started practicing on the 600,
Yes.
and when you moved to the Wing, did you find it much more difficult?
Oh yeah, just the weight of it was, and the lack of a clutch. It was some work getting used to that throttle with nothing else to help you.
And how often would you say you practice with the bike to get to the stage you're at now with the DCT?
I'd say about 3 hours a weekend, and maybe an hour during the week after work. About 4 hours a week, which really helped. Riding it helped a lot on the slow speed, especially when I stopped using cruise control. Having to hold that throttle, without using cruise control really helped that get used to keeping that throttle steady.
Yeah, it's a very sensitive throttle. But you were telling me, I believe, in the class that you don't use the rain mode, which is supposed to make it less sensitive. Is that correct?
Correct. I used it for one weekend to get used to it, rain mode and manual. And then I tried it in, I accidentally tried it in tour mode, and I was doing pretty decent with it, so I just stuck with it. You figure, if you ever need to do a slow speed maneuver as an emergency, you're not going to be in rain mode. So once I got used to it, I just did tour mode only on up.
All right, well, you did very good, and you did the right thing. How did you know what to practice?
Now I've watched your videos. I've watched probably 100 hours of YouTube videos at least. So just a combination of you, Moto Jitsu. Really, you two were most of the slow speed riding stuff. Every video I could find on it. And just played around with it. And then there's not a lot on the DCT. But really the absolute thing that really advanced me beyond being real choppy, like toward the end of your class, I was real choppy. Yeah, that was that fatigue of my throttle hand just was giving up. But that's the way I was before I stopped riding in cruise control. When I forced myself to build those muscles and get that fine motor skill, that's really what made it a lot easier. Going through downtown and slow speed stop and go with nothing but your throttle. That helped out a lot.
Yeah, I would imagine, because, like I said, that's the biggest problem. Even with the standard Goldwing, it's that really light flywheel, so that makes the throttle very sensitive. There's other bikes that are the same in the same situation. The BMWs, the 6-cylinder, the Beamers, very sensitive throttle. In fact, did you see the video I did where I compared and said these are the toughest motorcycles to master at low speeds?
Oh yeah.
And I got a lot of hate mail over that because people hate to hear the facts. I don't know why.
Everything you said was true. I even, I even went back and watched it because I watched it before I bought the DCT, and so I went back and watched it after reading all the reviews and your hate mail, and everything you said is absolutely true. But other people said yes, it's true, but it just takes more practice.
Yeah, well, basically,
And if you're not willing to do the practice, if you're not willing to drop the bike, and I've dropped that bike over 10 times now.
wow.
And but you got to drop it to get that to advance. So now I'm to where I'm trying to be done dropping it, but I'm good enough now to where I don't have to push super hard to get to that next level.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, basically in that video, I explained why I said this is one of the worst bikes for low speed practice. But you would think I was saying it was junk and it was hard. It's just some people I don't get it. They'll complain if you hang them with a new rope, I guess. But
Did you see MC Ryder's response to that video?
I don't remember if I did or not.
It was actually pretty good. He come out like he was mad at you and
yes,
strangle you, and then he was like, "Yeah, he's right,"
Yeah. Yeah, I don't put up stuff that I don't know about because I first tried a DCT Wing back in 2018. A guy showed up at the class with one, and I got on it, never practiced it or anything, and I ran it through the course. And I said, the bike is capable. It just if you want to get good at it, it's going to take a lot more practice than if you had a regular Goldwing with the clutch and throttle, because it's much easier to be precise when you got a clutch and throttle and then using a little bit of rear brake.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I certainly appreciate this, and some of the things that I noticed, your head turns were really good. You were turning your head as far as possible at just the right time. And I couldn't coach you very much because you were doing so good on it. But I certainly appreciate this, and keep an eye out for the video. I'll have it up maybe tomorrow or Thursday.
Cool, we'll do it.
All right, and remember, if you come back within a year, it's half price.
All right, appreciate it. I'll definitely see you again soon.
All right, you take care.
All right, man, thanks.
Bye.
All right.